Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Universally Speaking podcast. This feels very weird. I'm currently sat in my hotel room at Universal's Surfside Inn and Suites Endless Summer Resort. It is 6:39 a.m. and yes, I'm going to try and do some live podcasts. So I'm not too sure exactly how these are going to work, but I wanted to somehow document my trip. So I'm here for 20 days. I want to document my trip somehow, um, just by doing little updates throughout the day. Um, I may only do one or two updates a day. I don't want it to be like a vlog where it's taking over my kind of activities I'm doing that day. I don't want to be thinking about it too much. I might just check in every now and again, maybe at the start of the day, maybe at the end of the day, just kind of let you know what I've got up to, what I've seen, if I've seen anything exciting, if I've seen anything good, um, what rides I've done, anything I get up to, I'll try and share. Um, Obviously, with people on YouTube, it will look kind of like a vlog, but I won't be showing you anything. It'll just be me like this talking to a camera. But for audio listeners, it'll be exactly the same. However, I will be at Universal talking rather than in my flat back in England. So, very, very excited. I need to actually get a move on because trying to see if anyone's down waiting for the bus already, and there is. So yeah, I don't know if these will be interested or not, but I just thought try and do something, even if it's one or two updates a day. I thought it could be pretty cool to document. I might put most of the days together, so it may end up being kind of two podcasts, kind of split the whole trip up into two. But we shall see. I'm just gonna roll with it and see what happens. But in the meantime, I'm gonna go have some fun. It's time for some EPA. And I am back. It is, well, my first full day here in Orlando is virtually done and dusted. But what a first day I've had! What a first day I have had. So obviously, I said earlier that I planned to kind of recording inside the park, but today it was just I just didn't get round to it. I didn't get a chance. So some days I may do some in park stuff. Some days it might just be before and after. Just because I'm too busy living my best life, to be honest with you. I mean, yeah, just what an unbelievable first day. 20,000 steps, just over 20,000 steps. So I'm going to try not to go through everything literal minute by minute. So last time I spoke to you was I was just heading down for early park admission. Um, First bus down. It left a little bit earlier than normal. It left at, I think 6:55. So just bear that in mind if you are um, going down for the first bus. Bear that in mind, it does leave early sometimes. Not every day, I will say, but it left 5 minutes early today, which is obviously good. So yeah, got down there straight through security, took in all the feels of the emptiness around obviously the Universal sign and through City Walk and the moving walkway, of course, as well. Back on the moving walkway. Oh, so good. Back like I never left. All the feels just come straight back to you, don't they? As soon as you get back on the moving walkway, and it sounds so stupid to say when I get back onto a moving walkway, but like I know everyone listening to this or watching this gets it. But like if you told someone else about that, they would think you are crazy. But we get it. It's so special to us. However, when I got through walking through City Walk, I obviously head towards Island Adventure. I look to my right, and the gasp that I made when I saw Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift coaster, the Spike. Wow. I literally, my jaw just dropped and I let out a noise of some kind. But what I didn't know is that it had grown, not grown, coasters don't grow. There's a fact for you. It had been added to, I should say, overnight. But obviously, I didn't know this. I hadn't seen it, obviously. So I just thought, wow, that is massive. Obviously, once I posted about it onto X and Instagram, the locals soon noticed. Shout out Chase and Dooley Pat News. Noticed straight away that it had been added to overnight. And honestly, the sheer scale of it is incredible. Like, I was just stood in awe multiple times throughout the day, stood in awe of just how big it is. Like, that spike is going to be absolutely insane. because obviously beforehand with Rip Ride Rocket, obviously it came back out to City Walk, but not as far as this. And obviously there was no real height in that second part of the ride on Rip Ride Rocket, whereas this, the tallest part of the coaster, I think, is going to be like so far into City Walk. It's like past Hard Rock that far. Honestly, it's going to be it's going to be incredible. It really is going to be something very, very special. And they are not waiting around. They are, well, to put it into an Americanization, they are hauling ass with this coaster. That's the only way I can put it. They are absolutely flying with it. Like every day, there's new updates. Obviously, again, shout out Chase and Dillian Park News. Every time he goes down and does a video, something has changed hours later. So they really are pushing through with this. They're not waiting, not wasting any time at all, which is great to see. Obviously, great to see. And it's exciting when you see a new attraction, especially a coaster, obviously, because you can see it, to see it get built and just the stages it goes through, and obviously, um, the bigger it gets, and then a spike out of nowhere erects. So yeah, it's going to be special. It's going to be very, very special. So excited to see it continue to be built and one day hopefully ride it, even though it looks extremely, extremely daunting. But we'll worry about that next year, shall we? Let's just enjoy the ride for now. So yeah, that was kind of the first thing that I saw. But obviously, I carried on. Um, got to early park admission. So I'm currently not an annual pass holder. So usually last year, for example, I'd go to the left to the designated annual pass holder line entrance. Sorry, but obviously this year I don't have one, so I was going to a normal line. However, when I got there was loads of empty spots at the front, just loads and loads and loads. So yeah, got myself first place, if you like, front of the line. No need to run. Yeah, first place, front of the line, which was nice. I think I got there for it was quite early actually. It must have been 7:10, 7:15, I think. So I mean, you do have to wait. So you get scanned in around 7:48, 7:50 ish. So you have to wait 30 to 35 minutes. But I mean, it's not that deep because you know the rewards are going to come. And if you turn up to EPA half an hour later, the crowds go so far back. So just bear that in mind. Bear that in mind. If you want to do the rides with no wait time, which personally I like to do, I like to do. So yeah, I will say that I saw there was a guy behind, like two or three spots behind me, and he had a hat on, and I looked. It was a brilliant, brilliant cap, and all it said on it, I think it was like navy blue, dark blue, and all it said on it was "rides!" exclamation mark. I just loved it. Like it's so true. Rides, yeah. Like I get it. I get it. Just rides. Because I am one of these people. I feel like there's a couple of different types of theme park people. I am very much in the camp, like my good friend Marky Mark Bradley, ride to ride to ride to ride, and I'm getting better at it, but I'm still very much in that ride to ride to. I can't help it. I just can't help it. Whereas some people like to go get a drink, sit down somewhere, taking the vibes, taking the atmosphere. They won't ride too much. They'll just go for the kind of the ambiance of the whole theme park. They may ride one or two things, but yeah, I'm still in the ride to ride category. So no, I love that guy's hat. Then, of course, if you do follow me on Instagram, University Speaking One, if you don't already, I did stumble upon some interesting footwear on day one. Yeah, some interesting, smart, I think they were leather shoes with no socks on. I think they were leather, not too sure on the material. But yeah, that was I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. Well, there we go. I'm keeping up with that personality, shall we say? So that was amusing. Which, well, everyone else found it highly entertaining, which is nice. So if I make some people smile or laugh, and then I don't know, I enjoy that. So I enjoy that. It's obviously it's nice when, especially when you are coming on your own. It's nice to kind of speak to various people, even if it is about bad theme park footwear. I'll take it. But yeah, the interaction on Instagram today has just been. I mean, it just goes up times 1,000 when you're on a trip compared to normal. And I'm sure it's the same for anyone listening. When you go on trips, like the engagement and everything like that just goes through the roof. So yeah, I've been inundated with comments and messages, which has just been. It's just so lovely to see. So yeah, once we did get let in for early parking admission, I must have taken like 8 or 9 steps forward, kind of, and I was filming for the runners because that's just what I do. I can't help it. I'm hoping one day someone falls over, doesn't hurt themselves. Let me just put that on record. But falls over while running because then serves you right. And then someone just kind of recognised my hat from the back and shout out Sabrina from TikTok. She was like, "Oh, I've just messaged you on TikTok." I was like, but I didn't know her at the time because obviously I speak to that many people. I don't recognise everyone straight away. So yeah, just got into the park and someone had spotted the cap already, which was really nice from her to kind of just say hello and get the ball rolling. But yeah, to be fair, the runners this morning actually was probably one of the best I've seen it. That I can't remember too many runners. There was a couple of dad joggers, but no, it was all right this morning. So yeah, thankfully, that made me happy. It was a good start. It was a good start. And then obviously everyone is doing the fast walk over to Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure. Deep breath after that long ride name. And yeah, obviously usually on day one, Hagrid's, or in my experience, Hagrid's always tends to be down or delayed, or there's always some issue. I remember last year we were nearly at the front and then it went down, so I wasn't getting my hopes up too much, but yeah, we walked straight onto the ride. I say we. Why do I say we when it's just me? It was just me this one. So yeah, I walked straight onto the ride. Literally, don't think I stopped. Just kept going and going, which was crazy. Got row 4, obviously the bike. However, it did break down. So after the Lumos Salem drop, we sat there for probably, I want to say 10 minutes, but I think it just feels longer when you just sat stationary. It's probably 7 or 8 minutes, I reckon. So it wasn't an issue at all, to be honest. It was day one. Nothing was gonna ruin my mood. So yeah, that was It eventually got going again and finished off the final launch and the final part of the ride. But yeah, it was so good to get back onto it. So good. And it's just the best way, I think. And personally, I know everyone's going to say Velocicoaster, but Hagrid is just the best way, especially when you're walking straight onto the ride. Hagrid is the best way to start your holiday, your vacation at Universal. It's just so good. And the sun was piercing. Obviously on the bike, yeah, just so good. So yeah, that was a great start to the trip. And then, as I am now a changed man, as I am now grown up, as I am now this coaster enthusiast. Am I a coaster enthusiast now? Is that too far? Maybe it's too far. I don't know. I am quite enthusiastic about them. So yeah, obviously the next pot of call can only be Jurassic World Velocicoaster. Um, and I've said it on kind of Instagram and various places beforehand, or a few weeks back. This is the first trip ever where I'm going into it not having that dread, not having that anxiety, not having that cloud of doubt and fear and worry and all those words just about coasters. I'm not, I don't fear them anymore, or I don't fear the anxiety that comes with it, which is surreal, crazy, liberating. What's into the Velocicoaster line? There was a slight bit of nerves. I don't think it was nerves. Maybe just a bit of a kind of butterflies in the stomach feeling. I wasn't even that worried. It was just that first time back. But no, it was absolutely fine. I got row 3, which again, I'm cool with anything now. I haven't done back row yet. I've not done. I've done row 8. That was the furthest back I've gone. But yeah, this row 3, I do prefer having an even number because you can put your feet places for you to put your feet on the even numbers, where the odd numbers have got just like a barrier where you can't actually solidify your footing anywhere. Um, but no, so good. Such an amazing ride. Like, I get it now when everyone goes crazy about Velocicoaster, and I used to always say, "Oh, it's just 'cause it's a coaster and it goes so fast." But like, I 100% get it now. I see where you're coming from entirely, and I love it. Like, this ride, like I never saw this coming. It's rising in my rankings so high at the minute, like so quickly. I don't know how high it can get, but it is. Oh, that universe bus. That's fun. Um, yeah, it is. It's on the up. Like, it could be my top five. I really do think that. It's so good. That top hat. How do you go over that top hat so slowly? it just you feel nothing going over it and going down it. Like, you'd think that your stomach would drop insane amounts, but it just doesn't. It's obviously, if you're at the back, I know it whips you over there, but it's honestly it's so gentle with you, and I'm very appreciative of that. Um, I will say the Mosasaurus roll, fucking hell, it's batshit crazy. It really is mental. That little crescendo. It's not little. The big crescendo of that attraction is. I mean, what a way to finish! And like I'm fully fine on this now. Like, my eyes are open the whole time. I even put my hands up somewhat, not for the duration, but a lot of the first half of the ride I can do. But that having my eyes open on the Mosasaurus roll, and you literally feel like obviously you come out your seat because you just do, and so obviously your backside comes off the seat. You're looking at water. You feel like you're about to go into the water, but then honestly, it is a mind melding experience. And that is just the best way to finish that ride. Like, can you imagine Universal Creative sitting down and obviously mapping the whole structure out? How should we end this ride? I know just the thing. We'll put a barrel roll at the end, just above the water. Yeah, great idea. Write that write that down. Perfect. So after then, obviously my throat was insanely dry because of the screaming. Um, But then I actually met up with someone from Instagram. He's actually from very near where I'm from, back in the UK. So I caught up with Sienna. I think her Instagram is Sienna Ever After or something the like. So yeah, it was nice to meet her for the first time and catch up. It was her last full day here in Orlando. I think she was only here for a week, so a flying visit. So it was really contrasting thoughts and emotions. Obviously, her last day and my first full day. So, and then we ended up riding Velocicoaster together. So I did it for a second time in a matter of 20, 25 minutes. I will say we started talking to a father and son in the queue, and the son had a Mickey Mouse shirt on, and I had to say something. Of course I did, because I'm that type of person. I had to. I was like, "What's with the shirt?" And he was like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "What do you mean? What do you mean? You know what I mean. You know what I mean." He didn't know what I mean. I think people just don't get it. If you're not in this thing that we're all in, they just see it as a shirt. But maybe we're the problem. Are we the problem? No, are we the problem? I don't know. I don't think we are. Just wear the right shirt. And again, they did say they were going to Disney later, but that's no excuse for me. I don't know what you think, but for me, it's no excuse. It just triggers me. It triggers me. But anyway, they were nice people. It was nice to chat to them. Um, so yeah, we had to wait a little bit this time for the second run on Velocicoaster, um, but not too bad. I think we probably waited 10 minutes, something, 10, 15 max. No, probably about 10 minutes. Um, and we got row 8. So I think row 8 is the furthest back I've ever gone. But no, it's fine. So much fun. Lots of screaming on both of our parts. I actually feel like Sienna was more scared than me, which I ended up being the one trying to reassure someone else, which again, very strange for me. Very, very strange. I'm like, "Oh, you'll be fine." And obviously, given the experiences I've had on this ride, I never thought that would ever happen, to be honest. But no, it was a lot of fun, and to be fair, on the picture, I actually looked pretty normal, which you guys know what I'm like on ride pictures. I don't always look too too uh too great. Although I don't have monster makeup on, so could be worse. Could be worse. So that was a lot of fun. So after Losco, we just went round through islands. We actually went over to Marvel Superhero Island, and then we ended up doing Spider Man. Obviously, the first time on my trip, not too long away, maybe 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Obviously, the actual opening time for islands, I think was just opened, just past 9 a.m. And yeah, so good to get back on Spider Man. I still think it's underrated by this community. People don't talk about it enough. I know it's quite an old attraction, but I just think it goes under the radar a little bit. It's so good, and I will. And I do stop saying it's so good. And this is why I don't vlog anymore, because I just say things are so good. Like, because it is like Spider Man is so good. What more do you want me to say about it? But at least hopefully in podcast style form, audio form, it's a little different. Hopefully, when I do start doing the in the park stuff, it'll be a bit more interesting if I can keep up with it. But I'm not going to put too much pressure on it either way. So yeah, that was good. After Spider-Man, went round to Skull Island, Reign of Kong, and I think Sienna said she hadn't done it in a few years, so she hadn't done the outside section of the ride, and she also obviously hadn't experienced it without the 3D element anymore. And yeah, it was really good fun. I will say, I will say, she did say something that was quite amusing while on the ride. She did ask if the driver was real on Kong, um, to which I said, "Oh, I'm not too sure, not too sure." So that was highly amusing. I'm hoping she doesn't listen to this because yeah, she won't listen to this. It's fine. But that was very funny. That was very very funny. After Kong, we went round to again. It was so hot at this point. I was already dripping in sweat. I mean, to be fair, I was dripping in sweat at EPA. So that's just how it goes. Went round to Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey. Again, she was a bit unsure about this because most people are. But we did it, did single rider, walked straight onto the ride because single rider for Forbidden Journey is, well, a banker really in terms of a walk on. So yeah, walked straight on there. I always forget how long a ride that is. It must be what, 3.5 minutes long, which is good. But yeah, it's starting to get me now a little bit. The cracks in the screen just throw me off course somewhat. But nothing too major. I'm fine, but I still love it, by the way. I still think it's a fantastic attraction. Motion sickness or not, I still think it's honestly insanely good. By the way, we ended up kind of, there was a tour group, as there always is, it seems to be at Universal. There was a huge tour group. There must have been 50 plus kind of kids on a trip. And when we went to put our bags into a locker on Spin Journey, every single one of them had a backpack. And they were all congregating around the locker areas. By the way, can you imagine this happening in the previous iteration of Spin Journey lockers? That would have been, yeah, that would have been a stampede. But like every single one had a backpack. I'm thinking, how this is going to take forever. This there must be a better way of doing this, surely. But we eventually fought our way through theirs and did the ride, and it was yeah, very good. Again, insanely good queue, as you'll have heard on our recent episode, ride queue draft. Um, we obviously spoke very highly about that. I was very pleased to get that one off the board. Go listen if you haven't already. I'm sure you will have done because it was a good episode. But yeah, so after Spin Journey, we went round to. We actually um, jumped into the Hagrid's queue because it says 60 minutes, and by this point, it must have been, I think what time it was, maybe 10 a.m. around 10 a.m. And it was still saying 60 minutes, which I think for that time is very good. We both thought it was very good, so we were kind of deliberating on whether to do it or not because we've all been there. We all see a wait time and go, oh, do we do it? Do we not do it? Do we do it? Obviously, it's hard to make that decision. We decided to do it, so we put our stuff in the locker again. We actually asked if the single rider line was open, and to be fair, I think Sienna didn't, and the team member told her, "Oh, not sure. It might be. It might not be." We were like, "Well, surely either is or it isn't." So either way, we chanced it and went into the main line, and obviously hoped that the single rider line would open up. later down the queue line. Long story short, it was snaking out outside. The single rider line wasn't open, so we bailed. We bailed. You know, we had to do that awkward thing of walking back through the queue line past people, which gives me the ick a little bit. But yeah, we ended up then going to Hogsmeade Station, getting the Hogwarts Express over to Universal Studios Florida. Grabbed a quick beer, not Bud Light because there was no Bud Light at the cart in San Francisco, so we had to get a Michelob. I never know how you say this. I feel like Americans say it way better than because we don't have it in the UK. I've never seen it in the UK. Michelob, is that right? Michelob. I always feel like I want to say Michelob rather than Michelob. Either way, let me know in the comments below, Michelob or Michelob. A bit early for me. I think it's about 11:20 a.m. But you know, I'm living my best life, having my best first day. Where did we go after that? So after that, we went. So we got these beers, and then we walked around through to New York to Revenge of the Mummy, and again we went on it. We still had we had like half a beer left each, but obviously we just got in line because we thought it won't take too long. We went in single rider. It said 25-minute standby wait. So I kind of knew what was going to happen, but Sienna didn't, and I just knew what was coming. Again, long story short, there was no wait at all for single riders because 25 minutes. Of course, you're going to walk straight on. And so we ended up having to chug our beers basically. Which, before going on the Mummy, I mean, there's a lot of rides I'd like to do after drinking a beer quite fast rather than the Mummy because it's jolty, it's jerky, throws you around, it's rough. It is rough, yeah. Parts of it are rough, and so yeah, we had to finish these beers quite quickly. And guess what? We got back row, which again, I don't think it could have been worse, but you know, we got through it. There was no sick. There was no sick. I was semi joking that I was going to hurl because I had just beers. I had Michelob right in my stomach. But no, that was yeah, again, great to get back on the Mummy. No hurl, big bonus. And then we walked around to ET. Did ET again? By the way, the smell on ET that has picked up. I feel like they've really enhanced that. To be fair, not just in the queue line as well, like on the ride. Because I feel like you notice these little things, especially when you've been away for a year. And so much of these rides, I feel like a muscle memory. Like you do these rides once a year or twice a year or however many times you come, you do these rides and you just kind of your brain goes back to that place of yeah, I know what happens in this part of the ride. I know what happens in this part of the ride. With ET, when something's slightly off, you go, I've not noticed that before. And honestly, the smells on ET, the ride was so refreshing. It just struck you again that nostalgic smell. So that was super nice. After doing ET, it started to rain quite heavily out of the blue or out of the grey, shall we say? What happened then? So we ended up, yeah, Sienna left. She went off to meet up with the family, and I went round to Mel's for lunch. Oh, actually, I was going to, but it was by this point it was about 12:30, so peak lunchtime. So I knew it was going to be busy. Ended up bumping into a follower. I'll say bumping into someone just kind of said my name from behind. So shout out Ethan, really nice to meet him. Still find it so surreal how people just go, "Oh yeah, I follow you on Instagram, or I follow you on TikTok." It's just you forget sometimes that you speak to the people virtually and you come to this place which we all know and love, and then you just recognise, which is obviously nice to see. Lovely to meet people as well, like meeting new people. Really enjoy it. Really enjoy it. So it was lovely to meet him and his dad and get a picture with him. So I went into the Five and Dime. Then it was still raining quite heavily, so I went into the Five and Dime, bought the Sinner shirt. Had to get the Sinner shirt. By the way, is it bad that I'm getting it even though I'm not coming to Horror Nights and never been to Horror Nights? Is that bad? I mean, I don't think it is because I love the film and it's a Sinner shirt. So I bought that and I did the thing where you send it to your hotel, so I didn't have to carry it around all day in the rain or anything like that. Got it sent to Surfside. I'll go pick that up at some point tomorrow. So that saves me carrying a bag around because we don't need any more bags or any more strain on our legs and body. So I did the mobile order and then I went to Mel to have lunch. Obviously got the chicken tenders and fried. The tenders were superb. again, I feel like recent years the Mel's runs have been not as good as what they have been, but I feel like again they've stepped it back up. They were really good. And you got five compared to the four now you get at Surfside. So yeah, they were really good. And then kind of probably the highlight of the day happened. Um, I was just kind of taking refuge as I do on lunch, kind of charging my phone and stuff. It was already below 50% at this point because content is content and phones just can't hack it with the Florida heat and that kind of thing. So yeah, just finished my lunch, just kind of having some water because stay hydrated. It's hot as something hot out there at the minute. And then I got a direct message on X from Universal themselves, basically saying, "Please see you back, etc. Just wondering if you're planning on staying at studios or islands for the rest of the day." And obviously, I hadn't planned anything out yet. I was toying with going to Epic tonight or just whatever. But I said, obviously, yeah, I've got no plans, but chances are I'll be hanging around at some point because they said they wanted to do a nice surprise for me. Which, again, my first thought was like, this is just crazy, crazy. Like, Universal just randomly messaged me on X to want to do something nice for me. It just yeah, it took me back. So yeah, they asked for my ticket details, so I sent my ticket details over. And again, not to bore you for too long, but they said they'd wanted to arrange me a studio tour of Revenge of the Mummy. I mean, how amazing is that? As far as day ones go, this is this is up there as such an amazing day. So yeah, I was just sat there in Mel's eating my chicken tenders, and I get this message on my phone from Universal themselves, just out of the blue. That they didn't need to do this. I don't know. I don't know how they go about doing stuff like this. I don't know if it's just how kind it like how nice is that? How nice is that for them to just randomly message me and I know you can get a tour of most attractions. You can go up and ask at the front, um, but in my experience, 9 times out of 10, for me, I've gone up and asked them, and they've said, "No, no, we're not doing it at this point," which is fine. It's completely understandable. So my success rate, especially on the Mummy, when I've asked outside the Mummy, it's always been a real struggle to try and get a tour for that. So like, it's not. I'm not getting anything that people can't get, basically. But it's the fact that they've reached out to me and said we've arranged it. Um, I mean, that is just so special, isn't it? That is so special, and that is why Universal are just brilliant. Like such little things that they didn't need to do. They didn't need to do at all. But it goes such a long way. It's it was so appreciated. Yeah, I was taken aback really. Like it's just I don't know. Surreal. It's just surreal. Like you don't expect to get random acts of kindness, and when you do, it's just yeah, it does make you feel kind of nice and it's hard to put into words. It was just so nice of them anyway. So they were kind of saying, "What time do you want to do?" I said I was actually around that area at that point. I was around kind of I was around. I just left Mel, so I was not too far away. So yeah, I ended up just being going up pretty much straight after lunch. And I did it with one other guy who was called Elliot, who's actually English as well. Turned out he's actually living here currently, working at Disney, working at Epcot at the UK Pavilion. So it was nice to do it with him, meet him. Obviously, I never met him before, but it was really nice to meet him and do it just with him. And the tour was incredible, incredible. Obviously, so many kind of hidden Easter eggs throughout the queue. But obviously, we all know what the main um, part of that studio tour is, and it's going underneath the track itself. Wow, like I don't think I was expecting it to be that incredible. Like to be able to go behind the kind of behind the scenes and go underneath the roller coaster, underneath the attraction, And honestly, you are so close to it when you go backstage. By the way, like if I wanted to, I could have grabbed onto the coaster track itself. Granted, I'm tall, but like I wouldn't have had to stretch too much. I could have just reached up and grabbed it. My arm and hands would have been obliterated from the coaster, by the way, but that's by the by. And also, I think the biggest takeaway is how fast it goes. Like looks wise, when you're on the floor and you're watching it inside in the dark, it is going so fast. Whereas I feel like when you're on it, sometimes it doesn't feel that fast. But seeing it from a different perspective was unbelievable. Honestly, I know again a lot of people listening to this and watching this may have done this tour and will know exactly what I'm talking about. But yeah, it was a really kind of special experience to kind of witness that in the dark, see the coaster go around, seeing the coffee scene at the end from a different angle and perspective as you see the cart come in. Yeah, it was yeah, so good. It was honestly, it was a surreal experience to just to see it from that angle and kind of behind the scenes and yeah, so fast by the way. Can't believe how fast it looks when you're on the floor. I'm so grateful that Universal just randomly reached out, and it doesn't take much for them, you know. If they've got someone spare, like it doesn't cost them anything, does it? And the team member that did the tour for us was fantastic. I think her name was Tori, if I remember correctly. The best part was at the end of it when she finished. She was unbelievable, by the way. Like, how on earth did she? Again, I know they do these tours all the time, but the amount of detail that she remembers, I was blown away because there was so many. I mean, we must have stopped 9, 10 times at various points in the queue line, and obviously behind the scenes on the attraction itself. And she was just kind of firing out information after information after information. It was just no idea how she remembers it all. But again, kudos to her because she's obviously very good at her job. So shout out Tori. But yeah, the best part was when we rounded up the tour. She was like, "Oh, we're actually mutuals on Twitter." I was like, "Brilliant! I didn't know that. I didn't know that." So yeah, apparently she follows me on Twitter, which again, just weird. Like you just don't feel like I forget that I put myself online quite a lot. That I do. I forget that, and then when people know me, I'm like, "How do you? Oh, that's how you know me because I put myself everywhere. And I'm always posting online." So yeah, that was kind of a nice way to end. And obviously, we got to ride the ride after as well, and we got to ride it with her, like she wrote, so she could. So obviously, we got choice of what row, so we said front row, and yeah, she was pointing out obviously like the King Kong in the kind of the gold room. There's an ET in there as well, so pointing out all the different things. So which was so cool, and like she didn't break character once, by the way. Like throughout the queue line, throughout the whole tour, she was outstanding. Obviously, a huge UO fist bump to Tori for that. Passed along. And I'm just looking out at Grand Helios now. Isn't she pretty? So I think after the tour, I went and obviously filmed a little video for it. Got a beer beforehand. Beer number two, Michelob number two. Still sounds wrong saying Michelob. Is it the British accent that doesn't sound right in? I'm not too sure. But yeah, got another beer. Went to sit up by the old Fear Factor show by Men in Black because that's always a good place for content because there's no one there. I think it used to be a smoking area. I don't know if it still is, but yeah. So I obviously did film my little video talking about the tour up there. Um, checked out Diagon Alley for the first time, but I did not last long in there because she was busy. She was busy. So I had a very quick loop around there, but it just wasn't the time for that. Then obviously I walked down San Francisco, checked out the Jaws stuff a little more. But the Jaws mural on Richter's is beautifully done. So good. Very impressive. Again, that does get a little busy, so like trying to get pictures with photo ops may be challenging. So try and pick your times with that a little bit, because it does get pretty crowded around there. Obviously with Shea Alcatraz and the like. So after that, I think so. I picked up my photo pass. I purchased a photo pass last night. Not a bad deal. I think I paid £163, but you get a full year. So a full year of unlimited photos, 4 parks, and that's all the ride photos, and that's all the obviously the photo pass pictures as well. Obviously the people that stood around kind of the entrance to studios, entrance to islands, and Epic, all those are included. And considering the price for like 3 days or one day, you're probably better off just getting a year, especially if you are coming back. If you've got two trips, that's two trips covered. Um, so I did get that, and obviously, I just think it'd be nice when I do more rides with various people throughout my trip. It's good to have little mementos of ride pictures with other people as well. So no doubt I'll use that quite a lot this trip and be scanning that left, right, and centre. So after that, I took a right back. So I went to get that changed at guest services at the front of the park. Again, then I went round to Hollywood Boulevard. The A frames were out for Bourne. The A frames were out for Bourne, which is nice to see. Bang in the middle of Hollywood Boulevard in the street, so surely no one can miss it. However, I bet there's so many people that trip up on it in the same side of things. But yeah, and there was a show showing at I think 4:45. So obviously it starts at 5 because of the pre-show. Is it a pre? Is that pre-show? Yeah, that's pre-show. Yeah, I class Bourne's pre-show a pre-show. That makes sense. Yeah, so there was one in 20 minutes. I went in and sat out the back of Mel's, which is like my spot. I just like sitting out there and people watching. And yeah, went to see Bourne after about 20 minutes. Still unbelievably good, by the way. There's so many elements to that, which I absolutely love. Again, obviously, there's a slight technical difficulty, but there always is in that one. Again, the woman came out, tried to give us some behind the scenes facts, but after a little intro, obviously the engineers or mechanics, whatever you want to call them, they fixed it, so she had to go straight off anyway. So it was 2 minutes. Yeah, when the helicopter flies over you, the huge gust of air. It's nice, it's lovely, refreshing, but the huge gust of air, the fireballs, especially the end one, when the car crashes, and the fire literally blinds everyone in the auditorium. So good. My catchphrase. So good. But yeah, you literally can't get your eyes open because it's that bright. I love the bit where Bourne jumps onto the lamppost kind of in slow motion and kind of hangs up there. Fantastic. I just remembered they didn't do the bit where the guy gets pushed off um, into the. There's a part where Bourne gets pushed off. Might have been Bourne. Someone gets pushed off um, from a high vantage point and drops into underneath the stage. That didn't happen today. Just remembered there. That's weird. So many elements to it. 10 out of 10 every time. I will say there was a kid behind me who did not like the gunshots. And I was a bit like, he was crying really loud. But then, do you know what? I remembered as a kid, I used to hate Terminator. I used to hate it. I used to cry like mad. So, do you know what? I resonated with him after a couple of minutes because I've been there. I used to hate the gunshots on Terminator. I was petrified of it. So, yeah, and obviously there's a few gunshots on Bourne, which no doubt are a bit tough for kids. I will say as well, there was a woman behind me to the right who was like on her phone at the start, like clearly on a phone, like I don't know, texting away. Like, surely you could put your phone away for 20 minutes, and it was really bright as well. So it was like in my peripheral vision. It was just so bright, and I'm really pleased that a team member came and told her to not go on a phone because just watch the show, just watch the show. Like it's you can't put your phone off for 20 minutes and watch the show. I won't get too deep into that. But yeah, so that was nice to see that. My legs were getting to the point of a little bit tired, a little bit tired. So yeah, that's when I started to flag. I think after then I called it a day. I walked out of studios and obviously saw the construction of Hollywood Drift from a closer up angle. Again, look, just like panning my head up to it, looking up to it, and my mouth just open, like gasped in awe of just the scale of it. And I've had so many comments on X and Instagram saying that's what she said. But it is huge. It is massive. It's grown. Make all the office jokes at me. I can't help it. It's huge. It is big. So yeah, I got a bit more content. It's so funny how the when you get in a picture of the globe from the bridge, there's just a massive spike in the background now. The picture's looking very different. I will say this actually on the exit to studios. Used to be a little store on the right, kind of adjacent to the turnstiles as you left the theme park. That has now gone, and it is now a Universal PhotoPass booth or kiosk, whatever you want to call it. And apparently, someone, I think it was Dax on X, who informed me that that's just changed, because obviously it could have changed months ago for all I know, but that has changed a couple of days ago. So I quite like that. I like that little store on the exit studios. It's quite nice to just dip in there. Bought a couple of things from there actually in previous years, but no, it's now Universal PhotoPass. I don't know why they've got another PhotoPass booth when there's one literally just on the entrance to studios. Interesting. But yeah, headed out then, and then back to Surfside to chill. I probably should have gone back a little earlier. Yeah, day one, especially with the jet lag and the tiredness. I think I was up since I woke up at 3 a.m. Then I woke up at 5 a.m. I just stayed awake because I didn't want to miss that bus. Probably pushed it a little too hard, but I just couldn't help it. I couldn't help it. I was having too much fun, and yeah, just had the best first day. Like such a chilled vibe. Just no plans. Just obviously go around meeting people, and then just to get that message from Universal is it made me a bit emotional. I won't lie. I feel like I'm kind of resisting. I was like holding back saying that then, but I'm not ashamed to say that. It was just such a lovely thing for them to do. I'm sure anyone else who'd be in that situation would feel exactly the same as well. So no, I was very grateful to them for that, because I'm just a guy who has loved Universal and just enjoys coming here. That's pretty much it. And yeah, it was just. I don't know. I feel like it's weird when, I don't know if it's just a British thing, but like when we get praise or anything like this, like a nice gesture, we're like, we want to bat it back. We kind of don't want to accept it. um, Obviously, I accepted it. I accepted it with open arms. So no, that was yeah, very nice. Just spent some time by the pool this evening, just relaxing, catching up with Where the Magic Happens podcast with our guest episode, which we did Family Feud Universal Edition, which was a lot of fun. I'm going to stop rambling now because I've just seen I've somehow been talking for nearly an hour. I don't know how that happened. And the thing is, I'm probably missing some other stuff today. Men in Black, that was closed. I was very sad about that. Jurassic Park was closed. Very sad about that. There's so much closed. Finnegan's is closed. There's walls up everywhere. Honestly, crazy to see. But the wait times were all right though. Wait times were okay. Again, looking at the wait times for Epic tonight, most of them were 10, 15 minutes. And guys, you're never going to believe this, but Monster and Jane was a 10-minute wait. 10-minute wait. Plan for tomorrow, I'm thinking Epic Universe, a full day. I'm thinking a full day at Epic Universe. And I'm looking over now at the park from my room in Surfside. So yeah, I think, obviously I've got 14 days unlimited Epic, but I think I might go for the full day and start my tally on Monsters Unchained, because I can't wait. What will I prefer more at the end of the trip, Monsters or Hagrid's? Which one is it going to be? Will I get a definitive answer or not? Probably not. But yeah, had an amazing day. So many nice messages on Instagram as always. Big love. What time is it now? It's now 10:53. I've been talking for nearly an hour. Maybe this will have to be its own episode. I didn't think I'd have much to say, but there we go. We're going to leave that one there. I'll try and make them a bit shorter and sweeter, but no promises. No promises. Anyway, this may or not have been an enjoyable experience to listen to. It may have been. I don't know. Who knows? Lost Continent. That file note. Lost Continent is an absolute mess at the minute. Like, they are tearing that Sinbad show down. The noise coming from there today, they were just ripping bits off, lobbing stuff everywhere, chucking this part, bashing that, hammering that, get that off. It was like a war zone behind there today. And obviously the Trident is going to be soon. The Trident is going to be soon. So that was sad. That was sad. So yeah. Final thoughts. It was so hot. I've sweated. I've sweat all my sweat out. I'm delirious. Right. Appreciate you if you have watched this. If you have got this far, which I'd be amazed if you have, comment in the comments below. The curse is real. Thanks for listening. Patreon.com/University Speaking. Hit it all up, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace out.